Don't tell me. Gelato alla
mode?
Framo? Fremies?
Okay. All right.
Blup, 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 blup. We're getting food, right? Eventually. Have you eaten?
Postmate?
Yeah.
I ate a little bit earlier. But we can order a little Postmate.
Yes. I'm not hungry right now, but give me about 10 minutes. Maybe by the end of this first one.
Give you 10 minutes?
You never know once I start thinking about food. Blah, blah, blah.
Okie dokie.
Howdy.
It's the Mars. It's the Mars time.
It's
time for the Mars.
Welcome back. Thanks for listening. How was part A and part B? How did last week go? Let us know.
Yeah.
Should we do one giant one this week then?
No, we can do the split apart. I just have to release them properly.
Properly, yeah. You had a bit of a...
And then I've had a bit of a busy schedule.
Behind baseball over here, we kind of... You've been busy?
Oh, yeah, a little bit much with the postmating and working. And we're just trying to get things ready, you know?
DIYing, help me out.
Yeah, I'm doing some home improvements on Matt's side. Getting ready for home improvements on this house.
Our lease is ending soon, so we need to fix some of the puppy problems. She started tearing up the wall when she was younger, but now I think it looks as good as new.
Which is weird. I've never seen a puppy tear up a wall.
Well, the thing is, she'd bite the corner just to bite things, and then she, so hence why we need like a spackle. But then she realized she could pull something, which was the 7-8 layers of paint, and it was like,
yeah.
So she just pull on that, and then so that would go down, and then we'd stop her, and then she'd go back to. We take that part off the wall, but then she'd go back to that area where something's hanging off, and she'd start pulling that. And then she did it on multiple walls.
I mean, just doing that to the wall. Like, what's really weird is the little dogs that I have. Mm-hmm. I will catch them. Like, they'll stand right outside of my room. For some reason, they don't really come in unless you tell them to. But they'll stand outside of the room or other doors and just lick the threshold a couple times. Which okay. I don't know what they're tasting for, what they're looking for, but that happens.
They just lick the okay.
Yeah, they just do. Bonham doesn't do it. Oh. But Minnie and Daisy do. So that's kind of odd. Quite odd.
How old are they now?
I don't fucking know.
Couldn't tell me? All right.
I don't know. I know about how old my dog is, my stolen dog.
Yeah, if you're listening and you had a Basset Hound stolen from you, You're not in.
You're not listening. This was a good fucking 12
years
ago.
You're not listening. We'll get an email.
Well, I'm sure we'll get an email. But, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you see lost dogs or, like, I'll see them posted online, like, oh, found dog. And if you give a full description of it, how the fuck do you know you're giving it to the right person?
I know. Yeah.
It's like, I lost that dog.
No, funny enough, I saw a funny GIF on online, or was it, I forget if it was a GIF or it was a video, but it might have just been one that had subtitles at the bottom, but it was Judge Judy, and it was just like, neighbor stole my dog, but says that it was never my dog, like, says that she always had it, and then, so it's the guy standing there, and then the neighbor with the small dog walks in, and the dog starts freaking out, being like, hey, yeah. that's my owner, and then Judge Judy just goes, could you put the dog on the ground? And then she put the dog down, ran right over, and just started like, hey. And then it's his dog.
Yeah.
Case closed.
Really?
And then that was it.
Wow. What did I watched, I think it was a highlight or like a YouTube video of it. And it was some lady wild about Tupperware.
Ooh.
Like, I think she rented a room from this lady in the same house. And something like the lady loved Tupperware, and she was suing for, I think the most you can get is like $5,000, but she was suing for a couple thousand for like emotional distress and moving costs and all this shit. But apparently the lady had her Tupperware, and at first I just thought they were neighbors. But they lived together. The lady had her Tupperware in her room or something, and the lady went into her room like early in the morning, Tupperware lady A went to the room of whatever lady and was just like, "Where's my Tupperware? I need my Tupperware." And the lady's just like, "Yeah, like I'll get it to you." And then she kept pressing it, so the lady like threw the other lady threw off her covers.
This lady sounds like she's on
and
crack.
was just like, "Oh, I'll get your fucking Tupperware." But when she was describing it, she was saying how violently the lady threw her blanket off, and it kind of scared her in a sense because it was early in the morning.
Is Judge Judy real?
Yeah, but I'm sure they asked him to play it.
The
up.
age-old debate.
Judge Judy's probably real.
Same with like Jerry Seinfeld and
Seinfeld was, or no, Springer.
Oh, sorry.
Springer. Springer was real for a while.
Why did you cheat on her?
But no, yeah, after that happened,
you are not the father.
I think no, that's Maury.
No, I know, but I'm just doing Jerry Seinfeld as some kind of.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see what you did. That's why it sounded so
There's
bad.
Jeremy Kyle, which is an English one, which
a talk show.
Yeah, and that either it has to be scripted. It is ridiculous.
Oh,
I can't even give an example. But
I don't even know. Like, well, I guess there's weird like midday ones like.
Tyra. They're always
Tyra
on.
Banks probably has one.
I'm sure she does.
I think
or has or
from,
had. I don't know if she still.
She had one definitely. I think one of the girls from Family Matters had one.
Like you don't need a reason. Like,
No.
You don't need like, oh, you're famous. Sure, we'll give you a talk. We have an hour to kill on our
At one point,
show.
you were famous for a year or two. Yeah, I guess.
You were on Big Brother. Grand.
Sure, you can have the 1 o'clock slot.
An English sketch show that I was watching for my research for this. They did like a quick sketch on like a what not to wear show, and it was two people and one was like, "Hi, I'm professional stylist, blah 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 blah." Like, and I've worked with celebrities for years on what to wear to this, to that, to that. And then the other guy was like, "Hi, I came second in Big Brother, and I'm here to tell you what not to wear." And
God!
And like that, that's what because they don't care about professional. You just want to hear what
right. And that's like
your favorite people say.
Yeah, if you didn't make much money or you really weren't that good. Or just washed up. Yeah, they'll definitely like. I think Pauly D.
Yeah.
Or whoever from the fucking.
I know who Pauly D is. DJ Pauly D.
Well, I don't know if it's him or somebody else.
Okay, so there's Pauly
but
D.
It was
is it a guy or a girl?
It was a guy.
Okay.
It was I think like an acne thing or some shit, and he's like, "I use it. I'm fucking dope." I can't.
Sounds like Mike.
Some bullshit.
We. Somewhat recently, it's been a little while now, but it was when Connor moved over.
Yeah.
But we watched all of Jersey Shore. It was kind of like a roommate thing. It was nice. So we would hang out. We didn't watch it for, yes, we did watch it for entertainment, but we watched it because we laughed at it.
I would not have been a part of that if I lived with you guys.
Oh come on, you would have sat there and
no,
I thought it was funny.
I wouldn't have.
So like
maybe an episode or two, but then it's just like.
But.
It's fucking old.
We didn't watch we watched the start of the last season, but it was actually really bad, and that's saying something. It just wasn't entertaining because Snooki was pregnant, I believe.
Oh Jesus!
And Mike was sober and back from rehab, so it was just like they would go out and party, and two of the biggest problem makers, bunny ears, and entertainers, bunny ears again, were just like. And they wouldn't stop talking about how like I don't drink anymore, and like he'd be talking to girls, and then he'd be like I don't drink anymore. I went to rehab, and just like oh what no one's gonna punch anyone I guess they were trying to make some drama happen, but
I guess well I mean just like
we got a reunion coming up.
I used to watch The Real World. When it first came out.
Well, if you watch it's basically that.
No. When it first came out.
With reoccurring characters.
No. Did you ever watch it when it first came out?
The UK version, but it's probably...
Oh, yeah, probably
not.
Yeah, no,
probably not.
No, like, it was, like, after, like, 2 or 3 seasons, it started to get more scripted. They started to, like, to make it more interesting. That's when they started doing the weird cuts and, like, what is it called? Kind of prodding at like, oh, well, what did you think when so-and-so shit all over the floor? And it's like, oh, oh, and then to promote reactions,
like the Talking Heads kind of.
Yeah. When they started doing that, but before that, the first couple seasons, it was just like, oh, let's just see what happens, and it was a pretty neat experiment. Especially like the last one I remember liking was the one with Puck and Pedro. Like, it was an interesting group of folk. You know?
I don't know.
And then it started getting real fucking bad.
I'm not the biggest fan of reality TVs because, like, they, yes, they make any like, it's like, there's a really good SNL sketch with, I think it was when Chris Hemsworth was on it, but they were doing a reality show, and it was like, hey man, I'm going to take a shower. Do you want me to run to the store after and get some food for dinner? And it's like, yeah, I like that. And then he'd leave, and then someone, hey, do you want to order takeout food? And then it just cut to him. Oh man, he asked me if I want to order takeout food, but I just said I'd go to the store after he gets out of the shower to get dinner. I'm gonna be in trouble. It's like, hey man, I need to talk to you. I'd say I go to the store to get food. I can't get takeout. And it's like, well, you can't get and then but actually that was exactly, like, I'm watching like, that's exactly it. That's like, it's little problems
that's what it is now.
Yeah.
Like, but it used to be legit. Like, it used to be like a
reality TV used to be. Remember when everything was reality TV show?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Before, like, when
it was bad reality.
Real World came on, and then it was like a couple others tried like different formulas. Then it was legit. Like, Real World became shit, and then they tried a couple other things in different areas. And, like, the first seasons were okay, but now it's just like, all right, here's the money-making formula. We cause these problems. We start this shit. Instead of trying to find interesting people, we involved these three who are legit and these three who are going to hate them. Ready, go. Instead of, like, oh, let's have tryouts, find out who's actually going to do this and who actually wants to be here to make interesting TV. Now it's just like, oh, we'll just pit all these people against each other. It's fine. And it's... yeah, it has the entertainment value as much as watching a child run in a freeway. Like,
yeah.
You're definitely not going to close your eyes.
You don't know what, like, I guess you don't know what's going to happen, but it's never going to be that, like, Jersey Shore always, at the start of the episode, when it was kind of showing clips of it, it'd be like, this big problem's going to happen, and then it'd just be at the very end, and you don't see what they actually deal with, and you're like...
well, so, like, the Real Housewives or Desperate Housewives or whatever, like, that's...
my girlfriend loves those.
Oh, okay.
I don't get it. I make fun of her for it. Aren't
those, like, fictional character-driven reality shows?
No, these are real people.
Uh-huh.
They are semi-famous originally or semi-wealthy. So it's like Tasha. Like, who's Tasha? Tasha's husband's the CEO of some huge company.
That's Housewives of.
Yeah.
But, like, I thought, like, Desperate Housewives or something.
Well, Desperate Housewives...
I thought there was a series of shows that were, like, fictional reality.
Okay, yeah. There is a show called Desperate Housewives, which has nothing to do with these housewife shows.
Right, no, definitely.
Yes. There is a couple of, to put it in a way you'd understand,
I need it done.
Burning Love type shows.
I love the Burning Love.
Where they make fun of the genre.
Yeah. Burning Love, if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah. And there is one called The Hills, I believe.
Yeah, the same as, like, OC or something, yeah?
Yes, but it's almost like, it's constant.
But that's OC's that same thing, right? Where they hire actors.
The OC was a drama, like, set and everything, like, as in like. No, the OC was a show in the same way that Desperate Housewives is a show, not in the same way that Burning Love. Like, do you get me? It wasn't
it wasn't making fun of it.
The OC wasn't even made to look like a reality show. It was made to look like a regular show.
Oh.
You get me?
Oh, I thought it was a fake reality show.
The Hills is the only one I can think of off the top of my head. That was made to look like a reality show, but was like, you slept with Michael, but it didn't have talking heads. It had like two people meet up in a cafe. It was probably improvised a little bit. They were like, you guys talk about cheating on Michael.
Right.
But then, like, hey, how are you? Oh, I'm good. I'm
like
just a little
Blair
tired.
Witch improvised.
And then, yeah, a tad. But
Who's the
I didn't get.
what was the one? I was thinking about one that was interesting. Maybe it wasn't interesting.
Kevin Hart did one like the.
Oh God.
No, like a what? Like this is before he blew up or anything.
Mm.
Like not like blew up, but it like it helped him get in there. But it was
Cool.
like the husbands of something of Orange County.
Oh,
So
I recall
yeah,
something like that.
I think it's on
happening.
Hulu. If you're
I'm not paying for it.
if you're bombing through it trying to figure it.
No. Well, all that should be done yet. Yeah.
Yeah,
The Hulu subscription.
it should be finishing up shortly.
Ah.
Have to cut out a whole bunch of other things too. Okay.
Did you ever watch Snooki when she was on Ellen, trying to talk about a fucking like a mother weight loss?
I never watched Snooki until about less than maybe a year ago now.
There's a clip of her that
And
I
the thing
watched.
is, it would only be on Hulu. It would never. I don't go on YouTube and type in Snooki. Like
No, there was a thing that I watched. She was on Ellen, and it was talking about her workout. Like I think she wrote like a mother book,
mm-hmm.
and then I don't know. She was trying to lose the fat or something.
But
and
thing
she's
is,
like,
there's another. What I was talking about earlier. She's famous because she's literally goes out and parties.
right.
And now because people love her, like, oh, she's a mom. Oh, I can be like her.
No, well, what
And
I'm
she'll
saying
write
is
a book.
it just shows how stupid she is.
Yeah,
Because she goes on there and it's something about like, oh, how often do you work out? Like, oh, like an hour every couple days. And Alan's just kind of like trying to keep the interview going,
Yeah.
but she's just like, what? Don't most people do it for a couple hours a day? And Snooki's like, yeah. And she's like, oh, well, show me. Like, I guess she worked with one of those like aerobics balls, those giant inflatables. She's like, oh, show me one of your exercises. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. She picks up the ball. It's like standing up, picks up the ball. She's got her legs like shoulder width apart, and then she holds it out in front of her, and like she squats down, and then comes back up and squats down.
Okay.
And Alan's just like, this is what you do? She's like, yeah. She, oh, well, what does that work out? She, I don't know. Like, she's got no answer for anything she's doing, and everything she's doing is just like, well, just pick that book up like 4 times.
Well,
and
like,
she's like, okay, this is what I do. This is my workout. I picked this book up 4 times.
Like, look at the like.
And it's like, it's amazing
who was it?
how she put herself out there and didn't realize how dumb she was gonna do this. Like,
But okay,
it was bad.
on the same level, it's on YouTube as well. I think Prince invited Kim Kardashian up on stage during a gig,
I've seen that.
and then literally kicked her off because it's like she has no talent. Like, really,
Yeah.
like why? Like, and think like like how is she famous?
She was just backstage and like came out. No,
It's something like that. But Prince brought
Prince
something like that.
totally leave.
But how is she famous? Sex tape, and then just kind of blew up from there.
It's what her dad was like the prosecutor in the OJ.
Yeah, but so
No,
do you want to show about that? Do you want to show about the bailiff of that court case?
Depends on who the bailiff is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, but like it's
No, I mean I definitely
and then now they are probably one of like because we were talking about YouTube stars. The Kardashians are fucking huge.
not as big as they used to be.
But
like, they're
they
still
have enough
big, but they're
momentum
not as a
that they
parent.
like one of them has like a styling brand and a couple of them, God, I don't know this, my girlfriend knows all this. One of them released a whole bunch of drinks which actually did really well, like a brand or something.
Right.
Maybe that's the Jenners as well. I'm not 100%. But the thing is, they made a profit off of this, not just by
Well, of course they made a profit off of it.
which is smart, but it all just came back to this sex tape.
I mean, whatever. It's like, so she made a sex tape. Who gives a fuck?
No, it's not. It's not that. I'm not shaming that.
No.
I'm saying that I don't understand how these people are famous, and and they're not entertaining.
No, it's like,
And
I don't even want to talk about them really.
Oh my god!
Like to go that far in depth.
You're right.
Like it's stupid. Why they're making money, nobody knows. They They deserve nothing. Like, not go get a fucking job.
Right. Now,
Jesus Christ.
New trailer for the next Black Mirror series came out.
Oh shit, they're gonna do another one?
Oh yeah.
No way, Netflix, huh?
Netflix, and it was just the titles and then clips from it, and they got a Star Trek one. It's not like It's
about Star Trek.
no, it's about. It looked. I don't know. The thing is, there were just titles and clips, and then there was one just like on like a starship with like a with like a captain looking thing. You can watch it right now. It's
Wait,
not even that
so
short.
you're saying they have an outer space one, or they're doing something about Star Trek?
They have an outer space one. It just looks like
Star
Star
nothing
Trek.
to do with Star Trek.
Just looks like it looks like Star Trek
So
more than Star Wars.
Well, Star Wars. You're just saying it has to do with space.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no need to call it Star
Fine,
Trek.
edit that out.
I'm not gonna edit it.
Start
out.
again.
No.
Hey Rob.
No, I was just like, why would they do anything about Star Trek? Because now that made me like not want to watch the season.
Oh,
They not because I have any sort of hate for Star Trek.
You're sober enough to.
No. But if Black Mirror is gonna do something involving a large franchise like that, then I would have no interest in it. Like I would have very little interest in watching it. Because there's no need for them to merge with that or a Star Wars or anything else. So that's why I was just like, what the fuck? But if they just have one in outer space, it's probably going to be interesting. You almost ruined the season for me.
Sorry. Rob's looking at an image. And it's the guy from... It looks like the guy from Friday Night Lights.
I don't know what that means. So maybe it has to do with TV shows or something.
No, it looked pretty... Yeah, but maybe
no, like that
you know
episode
what?
probably has something to do with TV shows if they're going to get that close to Star Trek.
You know what? That's like you think I can sit here and argue that no, it looks like an episode that's into. But yeah, that could easily be it. You know, the way that show just messed with Black Mirror, fantastic show, highly recommended if anyone.
Yeah.
It's you can watch any episode, any like.
When did it start?
Oh gosh, a long time ago now. Not a long time ago.
Because he just made a couple, threw them out there, and then waited a couple years, made a couple more.
Yeah.
Right?
He didn't really.
It was like a passion project more than like trying to do series.
He's gotten. Well, now they got picked up by Netflix. I'm sure they're kind of poking him a bit more to get up, and there's going to be like another 6 or so. You know, there's not just because there were just 3.
Well, I'm sure they're going to get worse and worse. Not that he's going to lose it, but
that last season was pretty good.
But it doesn't compare to the other 2.
Oh no! Come on, that's
what I'm saying. Like
that episode with everyone getting pressured into doing stuff.
The likes.
No, well that one was heavy.
With the kid,
and he had to rob the bank.
Yeah,
that episode literally gave me so much anxiety.
That was a solid episode.
I'm just sitting there, just being like when he went into, that episode would put people off because it's so good. You know what I mean?
No,
like
definitely a good episode.
No, I can't watch that. It's too much. And that was heavy. And then that last one was interesting with the
bees and stuff.
With the bee, like it was
interesting. It wasn't a good closer.
It was a movie. You know, like they decided to, and it'd make a good indie movie. I suppose.
He definitely has good ideas, and he definitely knows how to put them together.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, anytime that you put the pressure on, we have to do this, like, unless he opened it up to like, Well, I mean,
he's probably got a few in the bank.
Also, I guess when you're able to film them all, and then take like a year to yourself. Just
real quick, if you haven't seen it, you don't know anything about it, and you're gonna watch it, just be prepared. And if this isn't a spoiler or anything, there's no happy endings. It's a dark Twilight Zone of a show. If you just want to watch it for some really interesting ideas on like a really interesting view on humanity, yes, watch it like that. But otherwise,
the video game one I didn't care too much for.
The video game one.
The first video game one in like season 1 or 2 was fine, but then the new one where the big ass spider came out of nowhere or whatever.
Oh, with the haunted house.
Yeah, that one.
I kind of saw that. Okay,
it wasn't a terrible one, but it wasn't one of their better ones.
Me and my buddy were talking about that. We were like, by no means was it a bad episode, but it was definitely the worst of all of them, of all of the new season. Because then you had the quote unquote zombie one.
That one was interesting.
Yeah, that one was good. And then you had the likes one. You had the kid one, and then the movie. I think there was only 5. One. That is the one I was talking about with the anxiety.
Yeah, the last one was good.
There's probably one more.
But the last half hour of the finale I didn't like.
Yeah. Well, it was one that like, not that it's been done, but in a way of like society gets to choose who dies, and these people, people on their computer who are not facing any real consequences gets to gets to choose. You know, it's things like that. You know, it's a website. Does this person live or die kind of thing? And there's been movies done about that in the past too, and all that shit. But otherwise,
yeah. No, Black Mirror is definitely where it's at.
Yes. Anything else happened?
Is there
this
anything
week?
else? Anything else like the Black Mirror?
Just Twilight Zone, I'd say. Maybe some like indie.
I don't think I've
movie.
ever watched the Twilight Zone.
No, but I feel like I haven't. Have you seen Get Out?
Oh yeah.
So I haven't seen it, but a friend of mine said it's pretty. It's really good, and it could easily be a Black Mirror episode.
It could be. Like I can see that. Get Out's good. I would watch it if I were you.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. I don't think it's as good as everybody makes it out to be. I want to say like, I hear it a lot like, oh, because it was made by a black dude, it gets like more acclaim than it should. Like I don't care who makes it. Like if it's a good movie, it's a good movie, and it was a good movie, but I just feel like it has like race attached to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie does itself, and I understand that, but because it was made by a black dude, it has some other clout going along with it.
But if it was made by a white dude,
if it was made by anybody, like it was a good movie.
Yeah.
But those kind of things like kill shit for me. Same with what is it shit? Pineapple Express. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad movie. It wasn't one of my favorites, but everybody just, oh man, you got to get high and watch this movie, and but it's like, no, I don't. But it was a good movie.
No, I remember
but everybody just sitting around. Oh, it's high.
I remember the first time I watched it. I don't smoke anymore, but I did around the time I watched it. But I watched it. I mean, like, this guy. This is exactly how I feel. Like when I am high and I'm hanging out, and then I believe things are going to escalate. And for them, it did, you know. But I'm like, oh, don't do that because then fuck, we're screwed. And then, so I think that film kind of captures that pretty well.
Yeah, but you like it's, I don't know, just the idea of like, and I remember like when I used to smoke all the time, it was like, oh, we got to get high to go do this, we got to get high to go do that, and realistically, like, yeah, it can make things better, or escalate your enjoyment, but now like a good drug movie to me is. It's not like, oh, is it a great movie for me to watch while I'm all fucked up? But if you take, like, Fear and Loathing.
Yeah.
Fear and Loathing is an amazing drug movie, whether you've never been fucking high. Like, it makes more sense if you've ever been high.
Yeah.
But if you've never been high, or if you're high as shit watching it, like, it's a good fucking movie. Just front to back. There's little weird parts to it, and some of it seems exaggerated, but I think you have more of that, like, whimsical shit. Like, back in the time that this actually took place. Like, the acid was probably way more pure. I mean, it's way more... everything's way more concentrated now.
Yeah.
But everything back then was more pure. Even the experience of doing it, even if it was just fucking shitweed, because you didn't have all this technology flying around.
Yeah.
Like, you were more...
Like, nowadays, people will get high and then, like, live stream.
Yeah, like, then it was like,
yeah.
if you were going to do acid or do mushrooms or whatever the fuck, like... You went somewhere and like you experienced something, whereas now it's just like, oh, we're gonna stay in the house and we have all these lights and we have all this other shit, and like we're gonna make our experience, like we're gonna escalate it first, and then when we're in it, we're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Rather than like, let's just go enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's I don't. Drugs were fun. They were. You only smoked?
Yeah,
I
only you know, like, I'm not Rob hardcore, but
well, no, Rob's not even hardcore.
Yeah. What else is going on? Game of Thrones just wrapped up. I know you don't care, but that's a big deal for a lot of people out there.
Oh yeah, people are shitting all over themselves for it.
Yeah, it you know, it was a pretty entertaining ending, but now we only got now we got to wait fucking so long for 6 episodes. They're only gonna do 6 more.
And that's because the books aren't done, or what?
Well,
the
books weren't done 2 seasons ago, so this is the second season that they did bookless.
Oh, so the books have to catch up to them.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's gonna finish the books
or
might as well
what. Give up now,
right? But it's basically like, so This last season went so fast.
Was
In a way of because I get it. There's 2 seasons, but they're really just doing. I can't think of the best way to explain it to someone who hasn't watched it, and I also don't want to give out any spoilers. But if something was to happen in season 1 and it was something big.
We'll just give out spoilers. Everybody's spoiler alert.
No, but I'm also trying to give an example too. If something big happened in season 1, the repercussions of it probably wouldn't happen until season 3. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a real
because of how many
but what about that guy? Oh, we won't. Oh, and he's not in the next episode's about something completely different. Right. And then you're like, oh, but what's gonna? Oh, and then season 3 comes around and is like, I'm back. You're like, oh, he's finally resurfaced or something like that.
Is the world just that big, or are they just they just trying to tackle that many people?
They got a lot to talk about. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of characters.
Is it a big world that everybody's trying to go with, or is it just a lot of people in this confined area?
No. It's different. Well, now they're probably close to being in the confined area in this season, but they're all different places. But this season has literally been, when something crazy happened at the end of the last episode, it's immediately dealt with in the next one, and you're kind of I love it, and it feels like it's Game of Thrones written by the fans and for the fans, but it just doesn't have the same kind of feel as you know what I mean. Like we're watching. I guess they're rushing it because they don't have they have 2 seasons left of 13 episodes left, but I'm just kind of like, I guess now
they have a definite stop.
Yeah, they're doing 6 next season, and that's it. Final season. That's it. Good. They're gonna do spin-off shows, I bet.
Are they?
I think they've already announced it. Yeah. So they're gonna do about prior ages of this whole planet. Did you know that George R.R. Martin says that it all takes place on a different planet? It's not Earth.
Oh, is that what he came up with?
Yeah.
Good for him.
It makes sense.
I mean, yeah, if we're talking about dragons and shit.
Yeah, and winter lasting a very long time.
It doesn't... I mean, I would have to sit down and try to watch it again. No, but it doesn't...
The whole thing is that winter lasts a ridiculously long amount of time, and then, how do people survive it?
Is that why the whole winter is coming thing?
Yeah, so you got to prepare yourself, because now there's snow zombies coming.
Really?
Yeah. It's in the first episode, and then it's not really dealt with again until the 2nd season. Anyway, enough of Game of Thrones.
I don't remember no damn fucking snow zombies. I just remember the little kid watching his dad get his head cut off or whatever the fuck that was.
That wasn't even in the first episode.
Yeah, it was the only thing that I remember from trying to watch fucking 3 episodes. Some dude got his head cut off.
That was in the second last episode of the first season.
No, it was within the first couple.
Oh, wait. I know what you're talking about.
Whether it was a flash forward.
So no. That guy who he abandoned the Night's Watch because he ran from a White Walker. Yes. Sorry.
White Walker is a snow zombie?
Yeah.
I've heard that word. Just it doesn't fucking interest me. Something about it doesn't and I don't know, and it's weird because I feel like if I were to watch it, I probably would like it. If I were to,
it might take you a little while. You got to find everyone has to find someone they invest in. You know what I mean? I like that one character. I'm only in it to see how this one character does. If that person lives that long.
But it seems like there's far too many people for me to get all jazzed about. I think it's the same with Harry Potter or whatever. There's so much shit, and people are so fuck excited about it. To me, that's a turn off.
There's a character in it called
Josiah
Joffrey, and he's like a young king, and he's a dick, and everyone hates him. Even the characters in the show, everyone hates because he's like a spoiled dick who's king, who's like, I want it this way. The whole character, you're meant to hate this character. Now the actor is my age, and I know a lot of people who know him. He went to college with a few of my friends, and I know people who have been sitting in their campus library, and he's been there just trying to do an essay and such, and then I get
trying to graduate.
he's just going to college. He retired from acting after he
really
left the show because he's like because one, he's definitely typecast now. He's basically 10 times worse than Draco Malfoy. Every time you see that guy, you're like, that's Draco Malfoy.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Okay, well,
Who the fuck is Draco
listeners
Malfoy?
will understand. But so
Who's Draco Malfoy?
he's the spoiled kid in Harry Potter.
Oh.
So I'd be somewhere else and I get a text saying, fucking Joffrey's sitting opposite me and I fucking hate him and I want to throw a fucking brick at his face. Like, everyone hates him because they hate him in the show, but apparently he's a really nice guy, and he
probably,
yeah, I know, but now everyone because he does a bunch of sick stuff and everyone's just like, fucking dickhead, I want to fucking kill him, and that's why he retired, because he's like, it's too tough.
And people carry this with them in their lives.
Oh yeah.
I don't that makes
yeah.
no sense to me.
Sorry.
Like, I would just tell people to fucking get over it.
Well, then you'll lose fans. You can't have that. You can't just be
no,
like,
no,
get
I'm
over
not.
it, mate.
No. I'm saying, like, if I got those texts from people I went to school with or that I know,
sorry,
who's just like, fucking Joffrey's in the fucking library again, I would just be like, well, get over it. Like, is he Joffering around?
Yeah.
Or is he just trying to do a fucking book report?
He's probably just doing a book report. Yeah.
So I would just be like, don't ever text me about this matter again.
Whoa.
Because it's fucking dumb.
You sound worse than Joffrey.
These people are Joffering around.
Okay. Fair enough. Sorry.
I don't fucking get it. What did I see? I was at
Guess I won't be
Disneyland, and
texting
I think it was either the Patterson or like one of the Twilighters were there.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was like, look who it is. And I was just like, so? Like, who gives a fuck? He's at Disneyland. Leave him alone.
I saw...
But it's him. Then go say hi to him. I saw
Bieber at Big Bear, and we must have been the only... Because we were just up the top of the slopes, ready to go down, and then I just nudged my girlfriend, like, hey, it's Bieber, and he had his old posse and all that, and then there was girls over in the corner like crying and trying to take a selfie with him in the background and stuff. And I'm like, and then there was other people over there like super like, oh my god, and then we must have been the only two who just were like, oh cool. Anyway, how do I get these cleats? Because I was new with she was teaching me how to snowboard. I was like, anyway, how do you do it? Like I don't, not that I don't think he's famous. I do I know he's famous, but I just don't care. I was I'm not a fan of his. Now, if I saw one of the Game Grumps, I'd probably lose it.
Why?
I don't know. I just they're entertaining for me, and I'd be like, I would have to go over and be like, I'm a big fan. Can I have a photo or something?
If you go over and you're just like, hey man, I'm a big fan. Like,
yeah, but I would be really nervous. I would be now. Okay, compare that with me going over to Justin Bieber and being like, hey, my made up niece is a big fan. Can I have a signed autograph for her? I'd be like, whatever, who cares?
That's how you should go up to everybody. Like, so.
Is there anyone for you that you would actually be genuinely nervous walking up to talking to?
I mean, first off, I don't like walking up and talking to strangers anyways.
Well, you have to for some reason.
Well, I know I have to.
For the situation.
So it's like I met Danny Carey, the drummer for Tool.
Cool.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Fucking great drummer, amazing drummer. Love to meet him, love to sit down and talk to him, and just watching people try to fucking get on his fucking good side.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't.
Yeah, I see that.
I don't even want to say hi to this guy.
I see
because
that
I see
too.
what he's dealing with, and it wasn't even at a Tool show. It was at. There's an amazing place in LA. It's called the Baked Potato. Oh. It does a lot of fusion jazz, and Danny Carey has a side band called Volta, something like this. But they will play when Tool and whatever when they're not touring. Danny will go set up a set and they'll play fusion jazz, and he'll frequent the place because I think the loft is somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
But anyways, all these people are just so it wasn't like a huge show. It was just like fans of fans, or you know what I mean, fans of him, not so much Tool, that were there and just like, oh, Danny, will you do this? Will you sign this? And he's like, I'll sign anything. You just don't want to take pictures.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, well, can I just get one?" He's like, "I don't.
No, if
I
someone
don't
said I
want
don't
to take
like,
a picture."
if
And he
they were
wasn't a
not-
dick about it.
Yeah,
But
that's different.
my old bass player, one of my old bass players, knows him. Like, not personally, but he said he's hung out and watched some Laker games with the guys from Tool, like at the Loft and whatever.
Uh-huh.
And that's why we were at that show. So he's like, "You want me to introduce you?" And I was like, "No, dude, he's got fucking 20 people next to him. Like,
Yeah.
you're not special. Like, it's really cool that you know him, but it's like, I don't think you're special enough to the 20 people surrounding him that you can just go up and butt in. Also, I don't want to be the 21st person." So after he was done doing whatever, my boy Ethan was just like, "Hey, let's, hey, Danny," dude. He's like, "Hey, Ethan, what's going on?" Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, "Oh, this is Robert. He's our drummer today." I was like, "Hey, man, what's up?" Shook his hand. And he's like, "Oh, you've been playing drums?" I was like, "Yeah. Yeah." I said, "Nowhere near your skill, but yeah, I enjoy it." He's like, "Cool, man. Keep it up." I was like, "All right." That's all I said to him. That's all that was, because I didn't, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I met, like, when Alien Ant Farm was big, like, I met Dryden, the lead singer.
Yeah.
And I was all hyped up on Red Bulls. I was kind of a dick. But I just, like, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't know who it would be that I would just be like, "Oh, fuck. It's that guy."
I've told this story. I don't think I've said it on this, but me and my friend Chris, we went up to LA to see Harmontown.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chris is a super fan, so he knows that they go to a bar afterwards, a real divey karaoke bar. So he knew which one. So we went there, and we walked in, and thing is, because it's a live podcast, so out of everyone there, like nerd shirts and this and that, we look like we belong in a dive bar. I don't know if anyone else in that crowd really would. So we kind of walked in and we sat down at the bar and we looked around, and then we saw, not because Dan Harmon didn't go, because we were kind of expecting, but we're like, yeah, maybe not. But his co-host Jeff Davis was there, which is one of the guys from Whose Line Is It Anyway? And we were like, fuck, it's him, cool. And he was actually like doing so much karaoke, and he was hanging out with his friends.
Harmon was?
No, Jeff Davis.
Oh, okay.
And he was hanging out with his friends, and we were like, we don't want to go over when he's hanging out with his friends. We don't want to do that. We'll sit here, we'll have a drink. If opportunity arises, then we'll figure it out. So we go all the way to the end of the bar that's beside the bathroom. We kind of plan ourselves, because like he's gonna have to pee. Like, you know, like semi. But then we just end up just sitting at the bar and having fun. Then he goes up, he goes to the bathroom, he comes out, he's checking his phone, and I just be like, "Hey, we're big fans. We're from Ireland." Really played that, kind of step out of it as a reason to talk to him. Kind of like, "We're from Ireland and we saw your show. Like we were just at it. We really enjoyed it. Like, I gotta know, can I buy you a drink?" Because I said I'm the Irish thing first. It doesn't sound as creepy if I don't put in the Irish. If I like drink with an Irish bro. So he's like, yeah. Let's have a shot. And as I said, my friend Chris is a super fan, so he knew that he loves shots of Fern Blanca, I think is what it's called, but it's a really thick liqueur that's just like Fireball times like 3 in that
Fireball
kind of
is a little bit thick.
but in that kind of thickness, and that kind of like it's dark and it's and
I don't like Fireball, but I can't stand cold Fireball.
It tastes like black licorice.
Yeah.
So he got 3 of those, and then he was like, "Oh, what? Like, wow, I love this stuff." And then Chris like, and I look at him, and we have, and thing is, this is a large shot, and we're like, and he's like, "Yeah, they tend to give me large shots," and we're like, "Okay," and I just turned to Chris like, "Do we sip it or do we shoot it?" And he was like, "Just follow his lead. Like, we've no idea." So he cheered us, and then we, like, the split second behind him, we just pounded it.
Yeah.
And then once he was done, he's like, "Okay, like, thanks guys." And then he just turned around and started talking to his friends again. Yeah. And we were like, "Cool, that was awesome. That was so great. I loved it. And then about 10, maybe 15 minutes later, he was like, "So what do you think about the show?" And he just came right back over and started talking to us about what the topic of that
that's
that
cool,
show.
Because you didn't you offered him a drink, which is fine, but you didn't do the "oh, now you owe me sex" shit. You know what I mean? Like,
no, we
you're,
if
hey,
anything,
we're fans. We really like you. We appreciate you as a human. Would you like to do a shot with us? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You've got other pressing matters, whether it's meaningful to us or not.
yeah.
Fine, go ahead.
But he came,
And that's good.
he came back. We drank more with him. We got a selfie with him because I was like, because I kind of said no one's gonna believe this, and he was like,
Yeah.
okay. But he was like, but I gotta approve any picture that like goes up online because he's a fancy guy. He wears suits a lot,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess but he's funny as shit. And we had a great night, and it ended. We met a friend of Chris's at that bar who we were gonna stay at her place, and she drove there, so she didn't drive. So I remember drinking with Jeff Davis, doing shots, and then going into the parking lot and because it was the day after Halloween, and there was a guy dressed as Indiana Jones, and he had a whip, and we were all Indiana Jones, the two of us, Jeff Davis, and I think his friend, were all just out in the parking lot whipping this like real life whip.
Right.
I'm like, this is fucking nuts. This is crazy. And then we realize our friend isn't having very fun because she doesn't know who this guy is,
Right.
and is sober. So we were like, you know what? Let's leave on a high note. And we were like, cool, peace, thanks for everything. We're gonna go to a bar closer to hers so she can have something to drink.
Right.
I do not remember that bar.
Okay.
I remember that we left. I remember that. I think I threw up all over that bathroom.
Good.
But I was just like I do not remember the second bar. But I remember waking up on the couch the next morning, so hungover, just like gasping for any moisture in the air, kind of hungover.
Oh yeah.
And then
I've seen those days.
And then just like, wait. And I just took out my phone as fast as I could. And I was like, ah. And I just like, Chris was in the other room, and I kicked down the door like, Chris. And he the exact same, like, what? Oh fuck! And like he just realized what happened, and then we texted a mutual friend of ours that was he was like, I don't believe you, and then we sent him the photo, and he was just like, oh my god.
No, see, but that's cool. Like
successful trip.
The way that you went about it, like that to me is like a respectable way.
Yeah.
Like I can't poo on that, like at all.
Yeah, it worked out
You were
perfectly too.
But I just the way people get about celebrities and all this. Now I was thinking about it while you were talking. I did get a bit excited for one person when I saw him, and they're not even a huge name. They're just huge.
Well, they're huge to you.
Huge in my world.
Yeah.
Was when 710 when they did that show with One Below and DJ Abilities.
Okay.
And it wasn't even Abilities is a good DJ, but the thing is he used to be the DJ for Idea. Was the rapper from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay.
And if you enjoy hip hop and you like storytelling or just like smart hip hop, listen to Idea. His earlier records, Oliver Hart. Oliver Hart's a different thing that he does, but like E&A, Firstborn, things like that. Great songs, great fucking lyrics. Like he's on point. But he fucking died. He died a few years back. There's now a documentary that's doing like a nationwide tour or global tour or whatever. But Abilities was there, and I was just like, oh shit, like this, like what's up? Like, can I get you a drink? Like, they had a tab, so I was just running back and forth. Like, you want another drink? I get it. It's on your tab. To like, what? I wasn't paying for the shit, but I was drinking too, so I think I got overexcited in that sense.
This must have been when you first started working there.
No, I'd already been there for years.
Oh wow. Drinking Rob there for years. Never saw it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You weren't there for that.
No.
There were nights I would go from the back just on stage. Like that's how I would walk into the bar.
Yeah.
Was just through the middle of a song, like through the stage, down the stairs, and then like continue on. Oh yeah, I acted like I owned the place. It was fucking. I apologize. There was a couple piss poor fucking nights. But yeah, I was excited, but I was just trying to like, oh yeah, fucking. Talk about how was it, like sorry to hear about him, like this shit sucks. And he turned me on to Dark Time Sunshine. He turned me on, he directed me towards another band that I've never been able to figure out because I can't remember that name. Dark Time Sunshine I remembered because the name sounds interesting. Dark Time, I've seen them with Aesop Rock, and they're very good. But I mean, yeah, like I got a little like jazzed up, but I wasn't I wasn't about to fucking start jumping around and get all over your shit.
The thing is, okay, like in that situation, my ability to kind of remain calm and you know, like play it cool helped me. But inside I was just like, oh my god, like, you know, like.
I'm
and
not
it's
saying
how
you can't do that.
No, but it's how you handle that. And
Right.
maybe some people just
yeah,
can't.
definitely. I'm not saying that you can't be excited, you can't have butterflies or feel a little bit anxious. I'm not saying that. You're meeting somebody that you really want to meet, or somebody that you really expect.
But like, hypothetical, we with this goes crazy. This blows up. We're fucking worldwide, and you get like a screaming fan coming towards you. You'll be a little happy. You'll be like, oh, hey.
I'm not saying to be on the receiving end of it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like, oh, cool, but.
The first one, yeah, maybe like after.
How quick can you calm yourself and act like a fucking human?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Because if you're just gonna jump around, like, yeah, it'd be flattering if you can repeat, like, oh, I remember the Narnia. If you tell me, oh, I remember the Narnia episode, and we're fucking 4 years into this, it's like, oh shit, you know the Narnia episode, right on. But if you're just gonna repeat everything in the last year, it's like, oh, okay, so like it doesn't discredit you as a fan. But it's like, all right, like, I get it. Stop, like, knock it off. Oh, yeah, I met. Yeah, when I went to the Secret Stash in Red Bank, New Jersey, fucking Walt Flanagan checked me out. I was just like, hey, man, what's up? He's like, hey, is there anything else? I was like, no. And then I saw Vulgar, the DVD, which I've owned 3 times and lost every single copy. That was the 3rd time I bought it. I was like, yeah, I fucking keep buying this and I keep losing it. He's like, oh, yeah? You like the movie? I was like, yeah, it's creative. It's pretty cool. He's like, yeah, it is. That's it. Like,
that's it?
Oh, yeah. Like, he was just as, quote-unquote, unimpressed with his life as I was.
As you were seeming to be? Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not that I'm unimpressed with, like, I listen to his podcast all the time. I think he's a funny fucking guy. He's really cool, but, like, he's just humble about himself, and he's humble about everything else. Like, he tells a story about, like, his daughter likes going to shows, live concerts, and she's youngish. I think she's, like, 14 or 15. But he's like, yeah, like, and the other two, Brian Johnson and Quinn from Impractical Jokers are just like, yeah, you don't throw your weight around? Like, hey, I'm the guy from Comic Book Man. And he's like, I'm not going to fucking do that. They're like, yeah, but they give you free shit, and they'll get you in front of the line. And he's like, no. Like, why the fuck? Why would I do that? Like, I pay for the ticket.
Yeah.
I take my daughter to the show. I hang out. Obviously, nobody knows me there because it's a bunch of 13-year-olds or 15-year-olds. But he's like, there's sometimes people ask me, like, oh, aren't you the guy on Comic Book Man? He's just like, no, I don't even. What show is that? Like, huh? And they're like, yeah, you look like him. And it's obvious, like, he doesn't look like anybody else.
Yeah.
You know?
Which one's that? That's the one with the?
That's the Walt Flanagan. He's the one with the. If you've listened to it, he's the one with the really awkward laugh.
What does he look like? I've seen Comic Book Man.
He's got like.
He's not the one with the beard, right?
No, that's Brian Johnson.
He's not the one with the kind of big cheeks.
He might.
You know what? I'll just pull him up.
Yeah,
anyway.
look him up. He's got like big front teeth or whatever. He's got like
the big cheeks. Yep.
He's got like that upper gum line that's like not as rounded but like more narrow. Yeah. But yeah, he's good. I appreciate them.
I get a nice text from Rob earlier on today saying, what was it? Hold on. It was, I had a good chuckle at it. Just encountered a Postmate theft. The Mars will have exclusive coverage on this grueling matter.
Indeed.
Now, I am intrigued.
So, another update in the Postmate world.
This just in.
This just in from 5 hours ago. So I'm doing my postmating. I'm doing a lot of it in the Ocean Beach, Point Loma, Liberty Station area, which I've not experienced, but you know what? Not a bad little area. A lot of quick little trips.
Isn't it?
A solid spot. Not usually lit up when I go out at night, though. Understandable.
Got it.
So anyways, I'm doing my little trips. I get into OB, do a little drop off, and I get pinged again. Go down to Abbott Liquor. I'll go to Abbott Liquor. I know where that is. OB's my own little my old little stomping ground. Used to hang out a lot. Cool. It'd be good to go back to the
Abbott Liquor's like just like a liquor store?
Yeah, it's like a fucking liquor store. So I go there. I go to pick it up. It's like, hey, what's up? Postmates. And he just kind of looks at me like weird. So I'm just like, I don't know about this guy. I was like, yeah, I'm here to pick up an order for somebody. I don't fucking know. He's like, he goes to check his iPad. And he's like, I don't have any orders. What was the order? And he's like, was it for so-and-so? I was like, yeah. It was 4 items. They wanted cigarettes and some beer or whatever. He's like, he's like, what do you, this, I already gave this to a girl, Lindsay or something. And I was like, no. I said, let me just double check. Because this has happened one time before to where I've gone to go get something. And it was that burrito that I ended up coming up on.
Yes.
Yeah, so that happened. I was like, oh, it's happened to me before. Like, I'll just wait a minute. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, because I said, he's like, I remember that because he wanted 2 packs of Marble 27s, but I only had 1 pack. So she called him and said, hey, what other pack do you want instead? Blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, cool. He's like, well, let me check. Let me do this. And I was like, okay. And he's like, well, give him a call. I was like, all right, cool. Give him a call. Hey, man. This is Robert with Postmates. I'm here to pick up your order. Apparently, somebody else picked it up for you already. Did you get a phone call from anybody? Or do you have, like, is it en route or has it already been dropped off? He's like, no. He's like, you're the only one I've talked to. And I was like, okay. And I should have asked him right there, like, well, so-and-so said, the fucking guy said that this fucking girl called you. I didn't do it. I was just like, all right, well, let me figure it out. Let me see what's up. Maybe she's en route. He's like, no. He's like, the only one who's ever popped up on my screen is you. I was like, all right, cool. Hang up with him, talk to the guy. Hey, he says I'm the only one he's ever talked to. He's like, well, I've seen that girl. She's picked up here before. I know I was like, did she just come in and randomly ask for a Postmates? He's like, no, I saw her phone and I was like, all right, cool. He's like, I can't give you that order again. Like, I don't have a prompt for it. It's like, I'm not going to get paid for it. And it's like $50 worth of shit. I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, I can check again or He's like, can you call Postmates? I was like, we don't have a way to call Postmates. We can send them an email, which I've sent them 2 emails and they've
Side
never
note, I think
returned.
they do have an emergency call number.
I'm sure they do. I looked for it. I don't have it.
I'll tell you after, but anyway, go on.
I didn't Google it. I just went under the support option.
No, I'll tell you. I don't know the number, but I'll just tell you my side story with Postmates after this. Anyway, go on.
But they have a merchant line.
Yeah,
they have a merchant line that they call. He called. It took about 5 or 10 minutes. They got on the phone. He's like, yeah, this is what it is. Blah, 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 blah. This is the girl who picked it up. This is who it said. And Postmates is like, yeah, she ripped you off. And he's like, huh? They're like, yeah, she picked it up and she dismissed the order. That's why Robert got it. So you can dismiss the order because remember I was telling you I thought I had deactivated my card.
Oh.
So if I went in there and I learned this just with this experience because I was wondering like if my card's deactivated, do I have to pay for it or what do I do?
Yeah.
But so if you go in there and for whatever reason, like I don't know, let's just say you're not 21, so you can't get the beer order.
Yeah.
You dismiss it and it goes to somebody else. You can cancel the order as well. There's a couple different options you have.
Okay.
So apparently she picked up the order, and when you get there, you have to confirm that you're there to pick it up, and then you confirm that you picked it up. So she confirmed that she was there, but then dismissed it. So it got shot over to me. So, and none of the merchants say like, oh, well, let me see you confirm it. Nobody does it. So I guess if you want to steal from Postmates, you just go to pick up an order and dismiss it. And then somebody else will come and be like, I need that fucking order.
Postmates life hack.
Yeah. So, yeah, Postmates is like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and totally deactivate her account. Like, we're going to get a hold of her to see what happened, and then we're going to deactivate her account because she just stole from you.
Wow.
And the guy's like, yeah, but I'm going to get paid, right? And they're like, yeah, you just have to follow up. And it was a hassle for him. But he was a super cool guy. The person I called who was waiting, I was like, I'm sorry this is happening. Like, it's taking an extra, like, 30, 45 minutes to get him his shit. So I was like, fuck. So I was like, I felt bad. Like, the guy was totally cool with me. He's like, yeah, here you go. Here's this. He's like, this fucking pisses me off. Like, how could they let somebody do that? And da-da-da.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I always wondered, like, how do you steal? Like, I'm sure it's not hard, but I didn't realize it was that easy. I'm
sure you can even walk up to someone and be like, hi, I have an order for Postmates. They're like, oh, yeah, here.
Sign here. They're totally...
would I think twice if I got handed a regular card instead of a Postmate card? Not really.
You would, because if you look at the card,
no, it says, I know it's kind of pink.
Yeah.
It's yellow and it's not yellow. It's like ready pink or something.
No, it's black.
Oh,
but it has the Postmates logo on it.
Yeah.
So you would have to, yeah. But like, well, the tricky thing was some of the orders are paid for, like prepaid, and some of them you have to pay for up front. So that was already paid. So, I mean, realistically, I think you can just walk into anywhere with the Postmates sticker and just be like, I'm here for Postmates. And 9 times out of 10, they'll probably just hand you it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, but then again, a lot of the places don't advertise that they work with Postmates.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a big sticker. Like, it's kind of small.
Not that we don't have, we've only recently started retaking them because a lot of people just didn't pick up their food. And
that's so weird to me.
It happened to us like 3 times in a row. So we were like, you know what? We're just not going to do it. So then Postmates, like, hi, this is, like I'm calling from Postmates for Rob. Do you need a phone number? We're like, no, we don't do Postmates anymore. Oh, I was like, yeah, you guys never showed up, so we decided to. So, okay, do you need would you like an emergency contact number? Like, no, we just don't. We're fine. Maybe just tell the customer to come in and pick up themselves.
Okay.
But yeah, no. But the thing is that kept happening, and
I mean, that's anybody who does that. You should definitely take a card over the phone and just be like, hey, failure to pick up or whatever. Like, that should be some sort of like small print.
Yeah. That's true.
So.
That's true. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you in a couple of days.
Indeed.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Bye now.